Alright YouTube, in this video we are going to see how to create working appointment website with WordPress. So for this we need some paid plugin which is Crocoblock. We are using Crocoblock's chat engine and Crocoblock's chat appointment. Fine. Now let's see what it does. So if you see on all service we have two services. So if I click on a particular service, you will see the image, you will see the description, and you will see the related doctor, and you will see the form. So what's special with this form? So in this form you will see only the provider, not the provider, just give the label. We can edit the label anytime. On the provider name you will see only the related doctor. So this is a dynamic link. Only the related doctor is available. Again, this is a cardiology page. On the cardiology page you can see the related doctor is Vishal, and on the booking system you will see the related doctor Vishal. Only the related doctor Vishal. So this is not the Elementor page. This is created with the help of custom post types. So what it does, now you can see on the cardiology, you can see the cardiology is coming from here, and the description is description 1, description 2 are coming from here, and then we have a gallery image. You can see gallery images, and then we have a related doctor which will link their services with the provider. I'll explain you detailedly what is services and what is provider, and finally the form. So you can see this is created with custom post type, and you just have to create one single post, and you just need to keep on adding the services and it will auto populate by itself. Now let's look at the doctors. So at present we have only two doctors. Let me click on Dave. So this is the description about, this is the image about Dave, and the image description about the Dave, and then the gallery image and some highlights. And now you again, this Dave is related to dental, so only the dental will be available here. If he is multi-specialist, then you will find multiple specialists, multiple options here. At present only dental. Now again, this is also created with custom post type, title, description, and then we have specialty, expertise, and length of work. I have skipped the length of work. Specialty, expertise, and contact. You can see this contact details are coming from here. Again, the certificate. So you can see this, what do you call, this doctor has certificate, so you can see the certificate. And then these are the highlights. You can see I can add multiple highlights. Just click on the item and you can add the highlights over here. At present just 4. Now this doctor is specialized on cardiology. Now the option will be there only for cardiology. So without wasting time, let's get into the tutorial. Alright, first and foremost thing what we need to do is we need to create a database. Let's create a database. Click on new. We can give any name. I'm just going to give doctor's appointment. Just click on create. You have to note this. So now you need to download WordPress. So you can search for download WordPress. You will get the official link where you can download the WordPress folder. This is it. I already have it on my C drive, XAMPP htdocs, and this is the file where we need to paste our WordPress. So you can see there is WordPress here. Let me just copy this and paste it. This is the first installation. Alright, I believe it is installed. Now you can see you just need to rename the file as book appointment. Now we can access this folder on the Chrome. So localhost /book appointment. Now it will ask for setup wizard. Now we need to link the created database with the setup wizard. So this is the setup wizard I was talking about. Just click on continue, and then let's go. You need to give the database name. It's doctor's appointment. Now the default password is root. The default username is root and the password is none. Just click on submit. Now it will say run installation. Now you need to set the admin credentials. You can give any name. So let me say work appointment. Username is admin, password is admin. Confirm it's a weak password. You need to give your email address. Discourage this from search engine. Click on install. Now we need to log in it with the created credentials. admin, admin. Once we get into the dashboard, we need to install for I'm pausing. Now I have pasted all the plugins on the plugin folder. I have installed all the plugin. Now it's time to install the theme. I'm choosing the Astra theme. Now we have activated the theme. Now what we need to do is we have to create post types. So for the post types, just get into the Just engine, create post types. So here we need two services. Two post types. The first one is services, and the second one is doctors. So I'll let you know what is post type in a minute. Just let's create these two post type now for as of now. The post type list. So here the post type name, it's going to be service. We can have service log. Yes, we need to edit this. We need icons. So let's get into the label first. So the singular form is service. We just need to type tab, tab, tab. Keep on typing the tab. Cool. What are the fields that we need? We first need the first one is for icons. Create label for icons. First tab object. This is going to be just a field, and the post type is going to be image. So media. Cool. And we want this to be just 50%. Click on add. Now we need another field which is cancellation, and just tab, tab, tab. This is going to be text. Description, again this is going to be 50%. Add new field. Now this is going to be description. This is description 1. Just tab, 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 and this is going to be editor, which is what you see is what you get editor. And again this is going to be 50%. This is description 2. This is what you see is what you get editor. And finally we need to add the gallery, and here we need to find gallery. So you can see there is gallery. I just typed T and you will find it. Let this be 100%. Now if you see, you just need to type add post type. Once you add this, you will find a post type over here called services. So now you can see there is service. Now if you see add new services, you will find the description 1, description 2. Actually description 2 we have made this 100%. That's the reason. In gallery. Now if you want to edit, you need to get into the post types again, which is here, jet engine post types. Click on edit. Now we need to find description 2. It is 50%. Click on update. The same way, let's create another post type called doctors. Click on add new. Now here you just need to type doctors. You can leave as it is. If you see on the advanced setting, you will find the way to change the icon, title editor, and we need featured image, which is thumbnail image, because we need to upload the doctor image. And let's get into the meta field as we have done for the previous. It's the same way. This is going to be, the title will be new, and content is there. And then what we need specialty, tab, 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 33%, just type 3, then expertise, tab, 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 33%, type 3, one more time, experience or length of work, tab, tab, 33%, add field, then we need email and phone, just type email, tab, 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 50%, then phone, tab, 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 50%, then we need gallery or upload certificate, tab, 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 for certificate is going to be gallery, let this be 100%. Now finally we need to add the list item, so we will see highlights, tab, tab, instead of text it is going to be repeater, we'll see in this, we'll see later on. Now let this be 100% itself. Now click on add first type, so you can see the doctor over here. Let's try to add it. So here you can see title, just and highlights. So now let me fill all the values. So first one, doctor, let me type my new and the featured image. So I have added all the fields, name, the text content, specialty, expertise, experience, email, phone, uploaded the certificate, and then added the highlights. Click on update. Likewise, let me add one more thing, doctor, and I have filled this doctor as well. We have named this at A, and again this is my image. I have filled all the fields. Now let's try to add the services. Add a service. So I have added all the details: cardiology, description, icon, constellation, description 1, description 2, then the gallery. Then let me add one more thing. The reason for creating dental and cardiology is we are going to link those doctor to the services and book them accordingly. Now let's focus on the form. Get into the chat engine. You need to find the forms. If there is no forms, then get into the settings. Where is settings? Just click on the chat engine before they publish this. So here we need to activate the form and listing. Click on save, and again dynamic visibility as well. So once the settings are saved, you need to find forms here. At present it will be blank. Now we need to set up the chat engine again, or chat appointment. It's just a chat appointment. Click on chat appointment, and if you see here, we need to set this up. Let's select the service. So we are correct, we need to select this 4-step service. Let's select the 4-step doctor. So this is the doctor, we don't need WooCommerce. Now we don't have next, we have to click on this tab. Now I'm going to assume that the hospital is going to be there from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock on every days except the weekend. So this can be customizable for individual doctor as well, but let's leave this as a default. Let's click on labels. We don't need to change any label, let's leave as it is. If you want to change the label, you can click on the label. Let this be available through, we don't need setup. Now if I get into final, now I would like to add a phone, and let's leave as it is because we are not going to customize the form. Click on setup. You will find two forms now. Service, again it is asking to set up again. Add the provider, doctor, and next. again setup, next now commerce, create now these are the two forms, let it create on its own. So these are the full forms will be created once you click on finish. Now on the forms you need to find those two forms available, so make sure to select this jet engine form or else you won't see. So I believe these are the two forms created, engine form. So now we need to create the listing style. Now in the jet engine you will find listings. So listing simply the index page for the service. Click on add new. This is going to be post, yes, post again. The listing name is going to be services. Listing view in Elementor, yes. Then creating list item. So let's create the item. So we need icon first. Let's create single column. Search for dynamic field. So let's set this first. Get into setting, listing setting, and the post is going to be service. Make listing item clickable so that it gets into the appropriate service page. Now click on update. So I think there should be a preview option as well, so if we choose that preview, here we don't have to do anything, it will auto select it. Just make sure to click on metadata, and then we need to find icons. Then let this be as it is. Now let's get into the another thing. Then dynamic field. Actually let's try dynamic image here, and it's not post thumbnail but icons. And you can see, got it. Delete this. Again dynamic, search for dynamic, DYNAM, dynamic field. We need this to be metadata, and title, you can look for title. Not on doctors. Let's try, yes, we got it. And then we need content, dynamic field again, this time content. Select the whole column and make it at the center. Select the whole column, horizontal align center. If it doesn't work, you need to click individual module and make it center. Cool. Now we have created the listing item. Now we need to apply this to the page. Let's create a page for the service, that is all services. This is how we create all services. Click on publish, then edit with Elementor. Now if you want, you can add an image. This is a service page just to give you how does it looks. Let's just improve the look, that's the reason. Select anything. I think we'll directly get into the structure. So type listing. So listing grid. We have to select the list. So we have named it as, I guess, all services. Then what we have needed on the listing, it's just services. and it will auto populate all the created service. Cool. The same way, let's create the design for individual service page. So create a new page, not all page, create new page. So actually it's not a page, it's a post. You can see we would be creating doctors. We have already created the doctors and we have already created the services. So anyhow we have to make this filled data on the design. How we are going to do that? So to do it, what we need to do is we need to find something called, let's get into the templates. Let's click on theme builders. Here we need to create single post, add new. So before that we forgot to link the services with the doctor. So let's select either services or doctor. Click on doctors. I have opened both the docs. On the sidebar you need to find the link that we can link this doctor to a particular service. So you can see select service, service host type over here. Yes, we got it. Click on update. The same way do it for the next doctor as well. So that's also done. Now let's post. With this we are going to start from scratch. So this is for what? We have not named it anything. So before that, to preview the items, so click on settings, preview setting. So this is going to be, I guess, let's start with services or services, and let's start the preview for Dave. It will take some time. Actually it's doctor, so cardiology. Click on publish. So add condition. The condition is really very important. This condition is going to be only for service, and click on save. So now let's just create for service what we need. What are all the items that we have on this? We add new services. So these are the available datas. I think there is featured image. You can add the featured image. I'm just making this blank. So we have title. So let's just have heading, drag drop, and dynamic tag, post title. You can change design. Cool. Now we have description. The same way, text editor. Search for text editor, drag drop. Make sure this is below the heading. So click on editor, dynamic tag. Again, this is going to be post content. Served, date, time, title, or simply it's not showing the content, we'll directly get into the dynamic field. So this is meta data, and we are looking for services. Cancellation. Here we will find, I think there is no option for day or content. We need to add the excerpt, so let's skip this as well. So what all next? So cancellation, description, dynamic field, post metadata, description 1, don't need this text editor. Again, dynamic field. This time it's description 2. Data description 2. So we'll place this into a multiple column. Just drag this, place it here. Just drag it and drop it on the second column. Cool, we have 2 description. Now let's add the gallery. Dynamic field. First gallery. And you would see once you add gallery, the number will be displayed. We have to set the call function. We need to, I guess, embed URL. Cool. Now what next? I think most of the thing is done. So just click on publish. So what you can see is the services page is ready. Let's try it on the live server, not on the live but on the local host. I think menu is auto populated. You can see all services is there already. Let's click all services. So these are the 2 services. Let's click on by cardiology. So title, description 1, description 2. The value 8 is coming from the embed URL. So we need to enable one thing on the jet appointment, jet engine section. So you can see grid calendar. You have to enable this. Once it is saved, we have to refresh this. Let's try to select this. And then we need to find the image grid, update. Since we have come this far, let's get into the post types and add the featured image for these as well. So on the advanced setting, you should find the thumbnail. Click on new field, sorry, not make field, update this. So now you need to set for these services. All services. Now we need to find on the sidebar there should be a featured image. Let me upload the featured image. Now you can see we have added for the cardio image, cardio and the dentist image. Now we can access this over here. For that, dynamic field. On the top. First metadata, services, so instead of that directly we can go for image, I guess, since it's a featured image. We should get dynamic tags, featured image, and that works. Okay, we'll skip the featured image for now. It's not featured image but the gallery image for now. So you can see featured image on dental as well as on cardio. So let's design the page. So before that we can have form as well. Form, just drag and drop this form. Let's search for something. I don't remember the name. Single service form. You got it. Now you can see the related doctors available over here. Click on update. So you can see on dental page we can see the related doctor here. And now I am adding the related doctor as well. Just copy this or just make this duplicate and have this over here and rename this as later doctors. Now if I click here, what I did is I have searched for related service meta field, and then on the callback you have to find related post list, and that's it. I have made this as a link. So let's search with, I think it's going to be displayed as div customize field output. Then that's it. Let's check. This is for Tidal. Let's wait for that. Let's see whether it is saved or not. It's not saved yet, so we cannot see if review. So Dave, I think you should see Dave. So let's get cardio. Actually, this is cardiology. So this just built up. So Vishal is also there. So as of now, only the get image by ID, only single image from a gallery can be viewed. Cool. Now let's design the next single page from template, the builder, and this is going to be doctors. So let's open the doctor, all doctors. It's single post, not single page. Make sure that. And this is going to be very straightforward. So let's edit. Cool. Let's first edit the preview setting. This is going to be doctors and Dave or Vishal. Apply preview. Publish. Add condition for all doctors. Click and then click save. Let's first design the image. Image, drag drop, dynamic tag, featured image, and then we can have heading, and again this is going to be title. Sorry for that. Control Z, dynamic tag, page title. Let's change this color to black, and we can add many things. Just adding inner section, some random text, and what are the values? Facility. Duplicate this. So for that we add the dynamic value as well. Dynamic field, metadata, and on the doctors facility. Likewise, copy this, paste this, and it's expertise now. Likewise, you can have anything. Just click on duplicate. Now we can have email and password. Email. Duplicate this. Phone. If you want, we can add a video as well, but we don't want that. Let's select full column, dynamic field. Whether we have gallery or not. Basic gallery, dynamic tag. I don't think it has a yeah, it has a post of assignment attachment. So we can make this gallery. Doesn't seem to work. jet engine gallery. Again, doesn't seem to work. So first images. Cool. Then what else we have? Highlights. That's it. Let's make this 50-50. Duplicate. Delete this. Then dynamic field here. Here it's going to be my data and repeater. I think it's highlights, where we can find highlights. Specialty expert, length of work, upload certificates, lot of. Okay, we'll leave this, we don't want that. I think we have a different module for this. It's listing grid, and I guess we need to type highlights. Before that, let's check what is the repeater new. It's just highlights. So for that, again we need to create the listing group. Add new. Here this time it's going to be repeater field. It's very simple, just fill what is there. We need to make a single design for the list. Dynamic tag. So I think we need to set this. Repeater field highlights. So instead of selecting this, we need to call the dynamic field. Delete. And here, not on title, on the source, it's going to be repeater field. And now on the list, we have to name this. This is the name. And that's done. Let's see now. Listing grid. And we need to select the listing. We have named it as highlights. So cool. Just delete this. And delete this as well. It is displaying as list. One at a time. So you can design this. I'm leaving this to you. And likewise, we can create listing for doctors as well. Not first type listings. Then create for doctors. From doctors, we just need doctor image and doctor title. Let's select this plus a week column, then image, drag and drop it on the dynamic tag. Let this be featured image. We have not set the preview. Yep, working automatically. So get the heading, drag drop, center, dynamic tag, post title, change the color, and that's it. Click on update. Now we need to create a page, add new page, and all create with Elementor. It's very simple, and we just need to drag drop the listing item, listing grid, and place it. So listing grid, for that select the plus the column. We just need to search what the name we given. We have given the name as all doctors. So it's just doctors. You can see name on the title, that's the reason. Update. And we need to make this clickable. Let's see whether there is an option for clickable. A clickable option will be there for here. On the settings, listing group, make clickable. Yes. And now if we click on doctor, localhost, book appointment, you can see all doctors here. So it is clickable. Click on this. So this is dentist, I believe. And on this page, what we can do is we can add the individual, edit to the Elementor, edit single post. What I was doing is I need to add the form here. So search for form, drag drop, select form, just type form, FOR, single service, static page. So this is static page. Actually this is single service. So you can see only only cardiology will be there because he is linked to cardiology. Here we can also display, like we have display related doctor, we can display related appointment. So all doctors. So let's click on Vishal. Vishal is related to dental, I believe. So you can add more dynamic field. So the dynamic field is going to be constellation or expertise, and displays at the center, and that's it. So you can see we have once I click on Vishal, we can see the view, we can see the full details, and Vishal is related to cardiology. We have already seen all doctors again. Now let's click on Dave, because we have seen Dave is a dental. Horizontal lens. Now dental, and on the booking appointment you should see dental. We haven't uploaded the what do you call the certificates, which are dental.